Welcome to the Dray Way. Hey, what's going on? Man, we have a lot to talk about. We got a really good show coming up. And hey, by the way, thank you so much for helping the show grow, because the show is growing. And that's all because of you, because some of you say, hey, I'm going to actually pull up a chair and have some fun for 15, 20 minutes. And I'm going to disagree with them. I'm going to argue with them. I'm going to agree with them. Who knows? But one thing I can tell you right now, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. So let's get the whole show started. Let's go! Welcome to the Dray Way. I have one question for you, and just one question. Where are the effing jobs? Where are they? Where'd they go? You know, the past couple of months I've heard about, 100 and some thousand jobs, 100 and some, thousand. And I'm sitting there going, There is no way. There is no way that these jobs are being created. And what did we find out this morning? They haven't been. Yeah, 175. Yeah, that wasn't a real number. 150. Yeah, that wasn't a real number. May and June came back corrected, down to 14,000, and in June I think 19,000. May 14,000, June 19,000. Where are the jobs? This morning, we're gonna have 100 grand. Yeah, nowhere close. 73,000. And who knows how far that will get corrected downward. So where are the jobs, Mr. President? Where are the jobs at? You're supposed to be this Mr. Business President. I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. Never mind that all your businesses fail. All of them. They all fail. You know, without loans that you didn't pay back, you would be broke as broke as a bum, as they say. Because we all know you've borrowed billions of dollars and just haven't paid it back. And just had it forgiven. Oh, we'll forgive that part. Over and over and over again, right? Mr. President, Mr. Donald Trump, Mr. I'm a great businessman, Mr. I'm a fat old guy that paints himself orange. Let's tell the truth now. Remember, I promised to tell the truth. And the truth is, this president has absolutely, positively no idea how to produce jobs. He showed that the last time he was president, he was terrible. Oh my God, he was terrible. You can't argue that. He was awful. I think he's the first president to lose jobs. He was just awful. And here we are, the first 6 months of his presidency, and guess what? He's awful again. And we got all types of tariffs. We're hitting Canada. Canada is literally like our little brother. You know, Canada is literally family. I mean, I cannot tell you how close I am with people in Canada and how good people in Canada are. And to see this guy literally punching his little brother in the face for no good reason, that's exactly what this is like. You know, Donald Trump being a big brother and just punching his little brother in the face. And believe me, I believe that's something Donald Trump, I completely believe that is something Donald Trump would do. No question about it. No question in my mind. But this coward, and I'm being nice by calling him a coward, because he is a coward in every sense of the word. He is he can't even take a tough question. I want to know who's the reporter that's going to say, hey, Mr. President, your jobs numbers are horrific, horrifically bad the last 3 months. Why? Who's going to be the first reporter to ask that? Mr. President, the last 3 months jobs numbers are terrible. Why, Mr. President? Why are the jobs numbers so bad? Oh, that's easy. Just ask anyone. I mean, ask anyone in the streets right now trying to get a job? Ask anyone. Oh my God. Trying to get a job right now? And if you happen to get into the process of even being able to get a job by having all the interviews that are necessary, some of these jobs are 3, 4, 5 interviews. Some people aren't getting the first interview. You know, they're applying and applying and applying and applying and no interviews. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Because I see it everywhere. And my friends, they've told me, they said, oh, my daughter, my son, you know, my friend trying to get a job, it's not happening. It's not happening. And with all the layoffs that we've had over the last few months, all those people entering, trying to get into the workforce, where are the jobs? Where are the jobs? That's right, Donald. People need to start asking you where the jobs are, because you ain't it, pal. You are not it. You are not the jobs president. You are just, you know, everybody says, oh, Biden this and Biden that. Okay, let's compare Biden to Trump. Compare. Take month by month by month by month. Trump's a disaster. And he's a disaster because he doesn't have a real economic policy. This isn't like he's got advisors and they sit around a table and they say, what could we do that would be best for America? That's not happening. No, we have a guy that fails at business all the time, making up something. Oh, tariffs are a great idea. Tariffs are a tax on us. Tariffs are a tax on us. Us. We pay that tax. We pay that tax in higher prices. That's exactly what tariffs are. The other country is not paying for the tariff. The other country is not paying for the tariff. We are. Do you understand that? We pay for that. The person, the company here in the United States bringing in the goods from China, they pay the tariff, not China. China doesn't pay shit. Doesn't pay a dime. It's the person bringing in the goods here in America. But what does he turn around and do? He goes, oh, you just increased my cost? Guess what I have to do for my consumer? And that's what Walmart has said. We're raising prices. Well, don't say that. Don't do that. No, dude. You're the one that put the tariff on. We're telling people we're raising prices because you put the tariffs on. It's your fault. Do you think Walmart gives a shit? Do you think Walmart cares? The owners of Walmart, the 4 children or whatever, I think they're each worth $100 billion. $100 billion. Do you think they give a frickin' you know what? They don't give a rhymes with duck. They don't give a duck about what this president has to say. They're worth $100 billion. They could buy and sell him 10 times over, 20 times over, 30 times over. So you think they care what he has to say? They do not. They don't care one bit. So they will tell the truth. And the truth is prices are going up. And man, you can feel it all around. I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter what you go to buy right now. I'm looking going, I don't remember it being that expensive. We went to go look at a grill the other day, and I was like, I thought this grill used to be $149. And they're like, well, we've had to raise the price. I'm like, raise the price? It's now $200. $50? Yeah, this is the great Donald Trump economy. And folks, I can only tell you it's going to get worse. And why we're picking on Canada, he put a 35% tax on Canada. You know what? If I was Canada, oh man, we're really testing this whole family thing. I'm sure Canada can't wait for this guy to go. There's a lot of us that can't wait for this guy still has over 3 years to go. Yeah, over 3 years to go. But all I can say is, where are the jobs, Donald? Where are the jobs, dude? Because all I can see with the numbers that are there, May numbers, June numbers, and I'm sure July numbers are going to get probably readjusted. They're horrible. They're terrible. They're awful. Your numbers suck. They suck. Where are the jobs, dude? Let me know what you guys think. Welcome to the Dray Way. I am so glad you're here. I got a new advertiser starting tomorrow, so stick around for that. But part 2 to the Dray Way coming up next. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. You know, I saw what Ford Motor Company came out yesterday and said, hey, you know, we had a great quarter in sales. We sold a lot. You know, we lost money, but we sold a lot. And you start looking at the numbers and you go, wait a minute here. You loaded up your dealerships. You loaded them up with cars they can't sell. I don't know who's invested in Ford stock, but I would not be. I would not be invested in that company one bit, because Ford, for the past few years, especially the last 2 years, has been building automobiles that no one can buy. Yeah, that no one wants to buy. $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 trucks. Yeah, that's 3-4 years ago when money was everywhere. And 2025 and 2026, Let me say that again. No one that I know of, and I mean no one, is thinking about, you know what I need right now? I need a $80,000, $90,000 truck. Now, I know a lot of people that would be into a $25,000, $30,000 truck, you know, which is what you should be building. You should be building $25,000, $30,000 trucks, because those would go flying out the door. I promise you. The first company that starts putting out a $25,000, $30,000 truck, cha-ching, 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 they're going to make some money. But right now, the average dealership of Ford dealership has over a 100-day supply. And I'm sure it's probably over 120 days and growing. So dealerships are maxed out on what they can take from Ford. Now, just think, these cars are on their floor plan. These $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 trucks have to be costing them $50 a day. Now, think about it. You have dozens of trucks you can't sell on your lot, and each one is costing you $50 a day. I'm just asking, how many of those trucks do you want on your lot? Yeah, the ones that you can't sell, at $50 a day out of your pocket. When I say we are seeing the end of dealerships as we knew them, we are seeing the end. Because I can tell you right now, dealership after dealership after dealership is going to go out of business. Because I don't know about you, I own 3 cars. 3 cars. Plus a Mercedes, but the Mercedes is a collectible and it can't be moved really. But I have a little BMW that's 15 years old. I have a diamond package Land Rover that I haven't driven in 2 years because it gets 9 miles to the gallon. It sits in a garage. And then I have my Volkswagen Tiguan, which is a 2011. It is 14 years old. I will buy another car or a new car or something newer when the wheels of those 2 cars fall off. I don't drive the BMW because it's just not a guy's car, if you get my drift. But I have no intentions on replacing either one of those cars, and they're 14 years old. And I'd rather mess with those cars and repair them and fix them than the thought of going into a dealership and spending $80,000 or $90,000. Especially when, all I can say is I'm about to turn 62. Yes, I'm going to be 62 years old. And you know what you don't want to do when you're 62 years old? You don't want to buy expensive things that you know you don't need. You just really don't. You've just learned over time that you know what I need out of a car? This is what I need. I need it to start. I need it to have a radio. I need it to have air conditioning. That's it. That's it. I don't need anything else. Anything else would be for somebody else, and I have no interest in trying to impress anybody else. I do not care. The richest people I know have the oldest cars. They have the oldest cars. I have two friends that are billionaires. None of them drive a car newer than 20 years. Neither one of them. Yeah. The one, as a matter of fact, has a truck. I think it's 31 years old. Yeah, and that's what he drives it all the time. No Lamborghini, no fancy Mercedes. No. One has a Toyota Corolla, and the other one has a Chevy truck. But my point is this, folks, live your life the way you want to live your life, but don't get caught into the trap that Ford caught itself in. Ford got greedy. Ford got greedy because they thought they could sell these expensive trucks and make tons of money. What they should have been focused on is what was going on in the marketplace. And they had no foresight whatsoever, because I could have told you 2 years ago they should be building affordable trucks, not $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 trucks that you soon run out of buyers for those things. And guess what? Ford has run out. And has Ford put themselves into an impossible position? Believe it or not, I think they have. Does Ford survive the next few years? I honestly don't know. But I know this. A lot of dealerships over the next 6-12 months are going out of business. Let me know what you think. Don't go anywhere. Part 3 to the Dray Way coming up next. I want you guys to know I hear you loud and clear. I'm in Vegas. It's real popular on YouTube for people to walk around and talk. And, I've seen those shows where they walk around in Florida with sunglasses on and muscle shirts. Ugh. Anyway, I've seen those guys walking around and stuff like that. And I understand you guys want to see some of the sights of Vegas behind me. I hear you loud and clear. And I will make that happen in September. Right now, just to give you personal information, I take care of both my parents, my father and my mother. They're both 85 years old. I'm also a single father to an amazing 9-year-old boy who is also named Drayton, Drayton Jr. So right now, my father is in hospice. Some of you know my father's in hospice. He has dementia, and he struggles every day. And I have to be here to help get him dressed and to help him to the bathroom. And there's certain things I have to do. And because of how I film my show and where I film my show, I'm able to do those things. As we get increased help, which is coming, I think, next month, we're going to have a nurse for a number of hours. I will be able to then go on the walking tour and give you guys, because some of you are like, hey, can we see Vegas? Can we see? Absolutely. But just know that I hear you. I'll make it happen. There's some things that have to take place behind the scenes to make sure my dad is taken care of. And once I get that resolved over the next few weeks, I would love to take you on a tour of Vegas and show you some of the things in the background. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting things that I can show you in Vegas. That is a lot more entertaining than seeing this mug. But just know, I hear you loud and clear, and we'll make that happen, okay? If there's anything else you want to see, or if there's a particular attraction, or there's a particular thing you want to see in the background, and you want me to talk about, especially with all the new things that are going on. I mean, the stadium. I mean, we have a new center going in. It's Vegas. There's all kinds of things to see. But if you have something in particular you want to see, just let me know. All right. Thank you as usual for coming to the Dray Way. Remember, there's a new Dray Way each and every day. So come hang out with me, agree with me, disagree with me. I accept it all. So have a wonderful day, everybody. And tomorrow, I will see you right here on the Dray Way, and I'm going to let you in on something. We're going to talk about California. Yeah. So check out the Dray Way tomorrow. We're talking about California. We'll see you tomorrow, right here on the Dray Way. Where are the jobs, Donald? Where are the jobs?
Watch this. I can do it. Let's go!
No, good. He does it better. Much better.